Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Yucca Film Festival 2021, third edition. And this is already our second discussion with the filmmakers. So, what we try to do this year is we invite the filmmakers. And this morning, it's the music video and the dance filmmakers. We invite them to talk about their work before you can see the films. So, they can give you some keys, explain to you what they wanted to do, what they wanted to achieve, and so they can give you some kind of cues, so you want to go and watch what they did. So this is exactly what we're going to do this morning, and it's my great pleasure to welcome a very fine group of people. We have Layla, Garrett, Lara, Ariel, Stephen, and Jameline. How are you guys doing?
Amazing.
Good, thank you.
Good. Give me a little bit of how are you doing? This is a film festival. Come on.
Good.
Totally elated.
Cool.
Love
It's
Yucca Valley.
so this is digital, so this is a little bit different than what we do it in person, and it's easier to connect, easier to joke together, easier to make it happen. But we're gonna make the most of it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with Layla. Can you tell us who you are? What's your background? What's End of Times? And yeah, all of that.
Sure. I'm Layla Subasic. I'm a filmmaker and writer here in Los Angeles. I'm a 24-year-old Bosnian American, and my video is Hand of Time with the band Triptides. We also filmed in Yucca Valley and the 29 Palms area, which I'm excited to talk about later. And the gist of the video is it's about a civilized modern man who is studying a caveman and a robot, and kind of viewing through the lens of evolution in terms of tools and communication.
And when we're going to see a little bit of the music video, you're going to understand better what Layla just described. It's a very elegant way to describe a very eerie music video, I think. This is going to be interesting. Garrett, you're next. Can you tell us where you're from, where you're calling from, and a little bit about you and a little bit about the music video you made?
Sure. I'm a filmmaker. My name's Garrett Randall, based in the Texas, Oklahoma area. The music video is New Mexico by Grand Apollo. And the gist of it's kind of just follows the two band members in almost kind of an Indiana Jones type adventure film that kind of has an 80s action movie vibe to it. But yeah, that's kind of it.
That's, again, a good description, accurate description of the music video. Cool. Steven, you next?
Hello, hi, Stephen Burns. I'm a filmmaker based out of Los Angeles. Our music video is called "Can You Believe My Luck?" It was filmed out in the Salton Sea area, right next to Palm Springs and Joshua Tree. Music video is a post-apocalyptic video about a gentleman working his way around, just trying to survive. Finds a little radio so he can at least listen to some music until eventually he runs into another survivor, a young woman, and they kind of hit it off and spend the rest of their lives in this post-apocalyptic world.
Sounds sweet. Sounds very sweet. Ariel, you're next.
Hi, I'm Ariel Santagato. I'm the co-artistic director of Magnolo Dance. I'm a dancer, choreographer, and I guess a screen dance creator. My screen dance that I'm presenting is titled Arcadia. It's inspired by the Greek god Pan and his homeland Arcadia. And in the film, the dancers embody mythological woodland creatures and kind of just dance around. It is set to the music, the song called Scotch Club by Victor Plumetz. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
That's a good description. I like it. Lara, you're next.
Hello, my name is Lara Wilson. I live in Yucca Valley. I also own an art space out here called Compound, and I'm a choreographer. I made a film with a director and a dancer out in the Kelso Dunes last year called Scrape, and it's about how we sort of scrape through disaster and also recover from wounds. I thought a lot about climate change, and there was some cross-cultural conversation that happened with that. There's text in the film that is spoken in Mandarin and translated. It was translated by a Puerto Rican Taipei person who's very talented.
Yeah, and that's what you just described is going to make sense when I'm going to show a little bit of the music video too. Jamie-Lynn, your turn.
Hi, I'm Jamie Lynn. I'm in Mexico right now on a yoga retreat, so don't mind me with like the shooting of the bugs and whatnot. I'm a director, filmmaker in Los Angeles, and I made a music video called Burn From You by the artist Kaya Black. And we shot the entire thing in Yucca Valley and Joshua Tree. And the music video is about a past relationship and kind of fantasy versus reality and how people move on and how people perceive what is actually how they move on.
Okay, very good. And we're going to welcome Anna, who's joining us. Anna, do you hear me?
Yes, I do hear you.
Welcome. Very happy to have you with us. So you have, I don't want to make any mistake. You have The Escape, correct? The dance film?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about you and introduce you in a few words to what the film is about?
My name is Anna. I'm second director of the film The Escape. It's the film of my mother. So I'm the mother of two girls, so it's sort of family film that we've created. It's a film about love and freedom, and the love that will always return to you whenever and whenever you are.
Wherever you are and whatever happens. It's a beautiful way to describe I think it's a powerful film that you made. We're going to get back to that. Layla, give us a little bit more details about your music video. It involves, like you said, very different and funny things. How did you get involved with that project?
I know the drummer pretty well, and he approached me for a music video, and I actually had a bit of a budget to work with, so I was very excited. I went all in on it. There's 6 cameras, different cameras involved, and a lot of it actually was improvised. I came with a set of props, and we took it by scene, by room in the house, and and this whole whimsical product came about.
Whimsical. That's a nice way to put it. There is a vintage look out of it. I guess this is something that you aim for.
Yes, especially because I want to listen to the band as well and go along. I feel like with music videos, you have to sort of work with a branding eye as well. And they're a new psych band, so they're very inspired by the 60s. So I wanted to keep their image and not turn them into something that they're not. Yeah. Exactly.
So you wanted to respect what they do, the sound they have, and the brand they worked with, and you made a music video out of it. Excellent.
Exactly.
The next one we have is "Can You Believe My Luck?" So Stephen, you're next. Can you tell us a little bit more about this one?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So again, post-apocalyptic. The whole. Can you believe my luck? So, we have the Time magazine, as you saw there. So the whole world's ended. And this is Alex Owen. His band is Lasers Birmingham. This is my second music video with him. And for this one, it's Can You Believe My Luck? It's, again, a post-apocalyptic. So the poor guy's all alone. And the reason for Can You Believe My Luck is because, every time he finds something, it's just doesn't work out that way. Like there's a part where he finds a Twinkie box, but it's full of sand. And again, he's just walking around alone. He finds a mug and he's like, oh, now I can actually drink from this mug, but the mug's actually broken. So it's all that kind of like just trying to survive in this post-apocalyptic world. But we went more like that silly thing. It's not like zombies or horror or anything like that. More fun.
Yeah, it's more on the humor side, and as we can see on the funny thing, it's not We don't know. We've not met the end of the world yet, but your
Yeah.
version of the end of the world looks kind of pretty sweet one. I'd
Yeah,
love to
yeah,
be
we
there.
tried. Yeah, like I said, we just tried to have more fun with it. Again, his music is it is country, but he kind of sings more about like more like fun, silly stuff when it comes to his music. So we get to have a lot more fun with his music and his music videos.
Where did you film that one?
This one is out in Salton Sea. It's right next to Palm Springs and Yosemite. No, I was going to say Yosemite. I apologize. Joshua Tree. My apologies. Yeah, it's a town that I believe was being built back in the '60s to compete with Palm Springs, and then it kind of got abandoned. So there's this town out there that looks apocalyptic, and that's where we headed out to film it.
And it looks good. Definitely, it looks good. Okay, thank you for that.
Thank you,
The
sir.
next one we have New Mexico. Okay, so Garrett, yes, this is your turn. Can you tell us a little bit more about New Mexico?
Sure. We did not shoot near Yucca Valley on this one. This is actually near the Gloss Mountains in Oklahoma that kind of had this kind of New Mexico look to it. And the band is located at Tulsa, so it was just a short drive for them to film there. But they originally came to me with the idea of their kind of inspiration was the movie Sahara, and I was like, okay, that's pretty specific. And I was like, we'll have some fun with this. And they wanted to do there was originally an airplane scene, and there was a dive off of a waterfall, and I was like, okay, this is getting a little crazy for Oklahoma. But we ended up coming up with some interesting ideas and just kind of decided to have fun with it and work. There's a lot of cool, interesting locations in Oklahoma that are all probably within just 2 or 3 hours of each other. So
yeah, definitely. It's still you don't have to be filmed in Yucca Valley or Joshua Tree to be in the Yucca Valley Film Festival, but we do love when we can see the desert, whether it's ours, the Mojave Desert, or whether it's different. So you had a lot of beautiful locations for this one, definitely. Lara, this is your turn. Give us a little bit more details, a little bit more background about Scrape. I think it's at the Kelso Dunes. Am I correct?
You are correct. Yeah, the Kelso Dunes are about 2 hours from where I live. You go past Wonder Valley, Palms Restaurant, and close, like almost halfway to Las Vegas. On the day that we drove there, it was sunny and beautiful, but there was this huge black cloud just over one part of the dunes, and we started filming and then it rained, so we had to get in the car for 2 hours and sit and wait, and then by the time we filmed again, it was sunset. The dance is based on a work for stage that I had created in 2019 prior to the pandemic, and then when the pandemic happened, it was like, how do we make dance now? And so filming became sort of, especially with just a very small group, myself, the director, and Haipa, the dancer, it just felt like very liberating because we could finally create something again.
Yeah, again, to be creative and to have the opportunity to make something happen despite the pandemic and everything. Okay, we're gonna get back to that. The next one is Arcadia. Okay, the return of Mignolo dance?
Mignolo. Yeah,
Mignolo.
I mean, it can be pronounced Mignolo or Mignolo. Mignolo is technically like the Italian way to say it. Either one. I also forgot to mention before that I'm actually based in New Jersey, and this film was shot in New Jersey.
So tell us a little bit, what are we seeing? You talked about the Greek gods?
Yeah, the music really was a huge inspiration for this piece. Hearing it, me and my sister, I was like, I feel like a woodland creature. Like, and then somehow Pan came from all of this, and just like the joy of dancing and using dance as like a way to bring, in this case, woodland creatures together, but like community. And this film is different from a lot of our work. A lot of our work is very intention and story based, and this is really just dancing for the sake of dance. and
This one
very
really is
different in that
about. This one is really more.
Sorry,
You
go
say
ahead.
dancing for the sake of the dance. I feel compared to the one you submitted last year, this one is more a performance,
Yeah.
a group performance of it. Last year you had something that was more echoing the beginning of the pandemic with two people trying to connect together through dance. So it's interesting to see how the company is doing different stuff in this strange period of time we're living in.
Yeah. And very similar to what Laura said, when the pandemic first happened, me and my sister were like, okay, we were performing every week before this, like, what do we do now? And so we really leaned into film in a big way, like to the point where I kind of feel like I forget what it's like to make something for stage at this point. I'm sure it'll come back. But it is interesting with the other film, it was in March. So like right when things got really bad is when we shot it, or maybe it was April. And then we shot this one in January. And just like that difference of time and like the need to like partner and be with dancers and even a group of 4 people felt really rewarding and just very inspiring at a time where we literally couldn't dance in the same room. So.
Yeah, I feel you. And proof is we are doing this festival digital again, which is a blessing in a way because we get to be all together despite the place we live in. But still, we are very much looking forward the moment we can have we can meet in person again. Anna, I think you're next with The Escape. Can you tell us a little bit more about this relationship between the two characters, whatever happens and whatever the place?
In fact, here you will find the story of 2 girls that is going through ages. In the beginning, we see the hallucinations or the memories of a girl about her childhood and how this love and feeling from childhood passed to her nowadays situation. And it's a story that was filmed in 2 parts in 2 days.
The first part inside the asylum, I guess, and the second part for
it was
the
the
outdoor.
last day before the closing for pandemic, and the second part with 2 little girls, it was the first day after the pandemic.
Good
was
timing.
The lockdown. So
good timing. Okay, I like it. Perfect. This is beautiful. It's also dark, and at some moments, I felt it was strong, powerful, but a little bit dark also.
Yes, because we wanted to show a little bit the difference between the 2 situations. One, even though it's memory and a little bit fading, it has colors, colorful. And nowadays, girls staying in the asylum, she doesn't see any light, any good in her life. So we decided to make 2 parts, one black and white, and one in sort of, it's not completely colorful as normal film, but with colors.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go to here. Jamie Lynn, do you want to tell us a little bit more about Burn From You?
Yeah, so Burn From You, an artist by the name of Kaya Black came to me and asked if I would direct a music video for him. And so I love Joshua Tree. It's not far from LA, and I go there often, and I've filmed there often. So I just knew when I heard the song, I will design a video around Joshua Tree. And I wanted to make a video. It's more about whether this is his reality or his fantasy about a girl that he has feelings for. So every time we see her, did this actually happen in the past, or is this what he fantasizes about happening in the future? And I think that it, also touching on the fact that the way that we see people is not actually who they are behind closed doors. So kind of explore, kind of undercovering the darkness of that. I was fortunate enough I collect a lot of vinyl, and so this record store, sadly not there anymore, High Desert Records. I met the owner on a trip to Joshua Tree, and we became like, she's one of my greatest friends. And so yeah, with that, and then the location, fortunately on an Airbnb that somebody's the most wonderful woman just lets me film openly at her trailer. So
You're talking about the green and
yeah,
white
we just went
trailer
for
we saw in
20
the video.
We went and got an Airbnb so we could all stay over and just have a long day.
Why did you decide to go to the Joshua Tree area to make your film?
I just, I love the beauty, mostly sunrises and sunsets. And so it's anything that I put together myself. So I put together a treatment of this, which he was really happy with. And so it's just a matter of like anything that I do in a film or in video, I prefer to shoot it there. So I just designed it around my locations and Joshua Tree.
Makes sense. My next question is for the dance films. I'm interested to know how did you guys decide to use the dance film as a medium in itself? Did you have because most of the time a dance film tell a regular story, but through dance. How did you connect with that genre, that medium of dancing in film? Who wants to go with that?
I can speak on that. I think, as I mentioned earlier, it felt like really the only option after theaters getting shut down, and it really felt like the only way to keep the creative juices flowing, keep making work, stay busy, and feel like we were still dancing. And luckily we have a friend who was getting into videography, and so he was so excited. He was like, yeah, let's do it. But really it wasn't like I discovered screen dance and it was just like, it just happened. It was out of necessity, I think, really. It was like, okay, how can we keep like sharing our voice right now? It's the only way to continue making work.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense to me, at least. Lara, do you have the same feeling, or did you have a different story that brought you to dance?
I have a slightly different experience. I was always in dance. I mean, that's sort of my first language, if you will. But then I think I started making dance films around the time that Instagram was a thing in like the early 2010s.
Early days.
Yeah, I feel like it's an inevitability, sort of regardless of the pandemic, that dance will shift onto the screen. And I don't know, it's going. Obviously, it was very concentrated during the last year and a half to 2 years, but I think it will continue as sort of a, obvious thing.
I understand. Anna, is it your first dance film, and did you connect to the dance world in a specific way?
In fact, it's a rather difficult story. My mom, Ludmila, at the age of 50, joined the group of landscape designer to go to Argentina to look for the flowering of some plants. And to go to Argentina, she, in Russia, the most known things about Argentina, except the culture, is tango. So she took several lessons of tango, and she liked it so much that she decided to continue.
Okay.
But when she never danced before. She never
danced before, and she started by learning tango in Argentina.
At rather late age. And she was faced with some, let's say, stereotype impression about tango, that it's, I don't know, red rose in the cheeks, the red dress, and so on. And she wanted to change it and to show that tango is much richer than just that stereotyped image. And with
how did it connect? How did it connect to you,
yeah,
to today?
and thus she created several already 7 dance films.
Okay.
To show people that tango is much more than that. For example, here you can see 2 girls who are one of them is champion of Europe in tango Argentina. They are both finalists in World Cup in dance Argentina, and they mainly, except one small part, dance tango, but you don't see it as tango.
Okay, it's actually interesting. So you used dance and technique, but you didn't want to promote it as it is.
Yes, because it's to show that this dance is for this dance it's possible to show every emotion possible, not just love story between man and woman.
Yeah, it's the beauty of dance. You don't have to put the words on it to kind of reach the feelings of the audience.
Yeah, so here you see the majority of traditional tango movements expressed separately by the girls or together by 2 girls in
Yeah, in the asylum, in the
specific
setting.
way.
I don't want to show too much because we're here we want people to go and watch the
Mm-hmm.
videos in their entirety. So I don't want to spoil too much. I would be interested for the music videos you guys made. Did you meet the band first and then you got into making the music video, or did you usually make music videos? And how did you did you get involved in the business of music video making, if I may? Steven, do you want to start?
Yes, sir. I'll start us off. Getting into music videos, it did kind of start. I was doing short films, and I always knew I wanted to direct, so I was just anything I can get my hands on. And I met a couple bands, and I started making music videos. But this particular gentleman, Alex Owen, I did a music video with him. I was recommended to him from other friends, and we did a music video called "Wild Animals," which is just like kind of a party out in the desert kind of thing. And so we filmed that first music video, and we just had an absolute blast with filming that one. And later on, he came back and said, "Hey, I got more songs, got more videos I want to do." And I was like, "Dude, whenever, man, you call us, we'll be there." And so then this music video idea came up where he was like, "Hey, I like the post-apocalyptic feel. Like I'm out there, I don't have the best of luck." And then I meet this lady. So that's how that came around. And then what's fun with this video that we did is in Wild Animals, it opens with him sleeping on the ground. And then this one opens with him sleeping on the ground. And then later on, he's watching a video, and the video he's actually watching is Wild Animals, his previous
So you
music
have
video.
this connection and the Easter eggs and the universe around
Yes,
the
sir.
band,
Yes, sir.
which is nice to have.
Yep.
Let's go to Garrett. Do you wanna? How did you connect the music video world? Did you know the band before? Can you tell us a little bit more about as a filmmaker, your connection with the medium of music video?
Sure. This is actually my first music video that I've done. And my wife is in the modeling industry, and she modeled with one of the band members actually when they were both probably early high school aged. So that's how we got in contact with them. And yeah, so we met up with them and kind of went over the brief. And I originally started, I've got one short film under my belt. I just graduated film school just last year, sort of during the pandemic as much as I could have. But yeah, that's kind of how I got connected with all that.
Okay. Layla, what about you? Do you have kind of predisposition to work with music videos, or is it a medium you like specifically?
I love the medium because you can go so abstract with it that where narrative can fail. And I've been making music videos since I've been 16 years old. I've always just had an inkling with musicians and hanging around musicians as it's a hobby for myself. And through Triptides, the drummer Brendan Pelio Lazar is actually my partner. So
Like you said.
it is like an active love with the video and being able to collaborate with him on that as well.
I can see that. That's it's interesting because each and every one of you have very different pieces of work, and that's what very interesting in music video and dance. Like you said, you don't have to stay inside the what people expect. It's not a film, so you can really go in and out of the box if you want to. You can break the rules of narrations. You can do pretty much anything you want, and people are not gonna expect us when we make music videos and dance to kind of stay on the thin line. We can move in and out and around. Do you guys have any question you would like to ask to your fellow filmmakers? We have, like I said in the very beginning, a very fine group of people, very different pieces of work. You've seen each other kind of excerpts and clips of what everybody's doing. What would you like to know about how the other ones work and make their film happening? Who wants to go? Who has a question? Don't be shy, please. Come on. Yeah, anything you want to know. You know, sometimes it can be challenging to make a music video, to make a dance film. Like, you may have your reasons, you may work with different partners, but I don't know. On the filmmaking point of view, what was I don't want to ask about the challenges because that's not what's very interesting. I want to ask about what was the main thing you wanted to achieve with that music video or dance film? What was the end goal for you? Who wants to go with it? Steven?
Yeah. Oh God, sorry, I totally blanked as soon as I hit unmute. Well, I mean, the goal with our music video, honestly, is fun. We wanted it to be fun. Like, he's out there, he has a good time, and that's every single time we approach these music videos. It's like, dude, what can we do to make this fun and amazing, and to get everyone to, you know, kind of bob their head while they're listening to it. And that's always the goal with these guys. And you know, we got another one lined up, and it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be fun. We're going to go out somewhere fun, and we're going to shoot another fun, bob your head, have a good time music
have
video.
A good time, make it fun, and that way, that's a good way. When you have fun with people, they're gonna want to work with you again and again. So that's also a good strategy for you as a filmmaker, I guess. Yeah. Who can relate? Lara, I can see you nodding. What do you have on your mind?
Yeah, I mean, as you were talking, Stephen, I really agree. Like, having a great vibe on set as you're creating is so important, making everyone feel valued and making them feel like, I mean, actually legitimately feeling like you've made good work together. I think dance is a very collaborative art form. We rely on costume designers, on music, on stage crews, everyone to kind of make everything come to life, and making films is very similar to that. And Stephen, I think you nailed the desert aesthetic with the shopping cart. I'm curious if you used a lot of found objects or brought a lot of your props with you.
That's a good question.
The shopping cart we actually brought with us. We bought a shopping cart, loaded up in my friend's Jeep, and we drove it out. We had like about 4 or 5 cars full of people and equipment, and we all just drove out to meet at this desert location. But the shopping cart was a big one because he really wanted that. So I was like, all right, let's go buy one.
Cool. Did you find some items in the desert that you ended up using in the music video that were not maybe on the script?
No, I apologize. Everything that was there, we planned on and brought out there. Okay. So everything that, like the props, the boxes, all that stuff was all the stuff that we prepared to use.
Professional from beginning to the end.
Try to be, yes, sir.
You have a script, you stick to the script. I like it. Anybody wants to touch on that?
Yeah, I was likewise thrift store shopping. I didn't have any props in mind, and I was like, using toys, pretty much like the robot in the video, for example, the toy gun, the prop, and so
the costumes also.
The
I guess.
costumes, the costumes were actually made by a friend. So they use puff paint for the clocks on the suits, and just animal print fabric for the caveman's costume, which actually, funny enough, the caveman's name is Stephen Burns. So when I
No.
saw yeah, when I saw the list of music videos, I thought it was a typo, or so. I was like, what is this? Stephen
No,
Burns? What?
he's real. He's right there.
He's real, which is a hilarious synchronicity
You
there.
see,
So
Steven, your cameo thing is going much further than what you expected. The Easter eggs and the connections. You connect with other music videos without even knowing it.
And that's amazing. I love it.
Everything we have, every music video, every dance film, every piece of content we have during the festival is available for free. So you need to go on zerb.tv and you're going to land on that page. That page, you're going to find all the events happening now. So happening now, you have something about presentation. The 2020 movies are on replay. If you missed the festival last year, you can catch up on everything. You have the trailers for all the movies and the music videos and the dance films. You have the trailers for the kids. And then upcoming, we have all the program of the film festival. And on the last day, on the Sunday, we have the music videos and the student films and the dance films. So this is on the Sunday. If you want to catch any piece of work that the filmmakers discussed today, this is how it happens. This is on Zerb. Let me put back the address right here. Everything is free. You just need your email and create your own password to access all the content of the Yucca Valley Film Festival. I see you, Ariel, nodding with your head because you know that already because you've been at the Yucca Valley Film Festival last year. Thank you so much, guys, for being a part of the talk and of the festival. And congrats on your work.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate
Can't
it.
wait to
Thank
see
you.
all your
Have a good one.
videos.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
excited.
Thank
It's gonna
you.
be good.
Bye.
It's gonna be good.
Bye-bye.